Alright, so this week's Lab 1 is testing the tetrahedron theory of fire. So we have to clear our workspace, put a 12 by 12 sheet of aluminum foil, masking tape to secure the edges. We have to place a 3 by 3 cylindrical candle on the aluminum foil work surface. Then we use a butane lighter to light the candle. And then we allow the flame to rest for 30 seconds. Okay. Okay, while we wait for that, use the metal tweezers to pick up the metal mesh by an edge. Hold the metal mesh parallel to the work surface and above the flame. Slowly move the metal mesh down towards the flame until it touches the candle wick. Slowly raise the metal mesh back up. I have to repeat that 3 more times and observe the behavior and shape of the flame. Place the metal mesh on the full work surface, blow out the candle, and note my observations. So, pick up the metal mesh with my tweezers, hold it parallel to it, and move it down until it touches the wick. Come back up with it. The flame kind of gets pushed down, but it doesn't turn off. A black smoke is produced. Okay. Blow out the candle and note your observations. So just turn the metal mesh black. Every time I would come down with it, it wouldn't stop the fire, but it would basically push it down. So use the butane lighter and light the candle. Allow the flame to rest for 30 seconds until the flame is stable. So let's light it again. Use the metal tweezers to pick up the metal mesh by an edge. Place the metal mesh close, nearly touching the wick of the candle to reduce the flame. To keep the flame from extinguishing, move the metal mesh back and forth from side to side. Constantly expose the flame to a new part of the metal mesh. This should create a consistent amount of smoke. Use your free hand to light the butane lighter and hold above the metal mesh that you are still keeping in motion just over the wick. If the lighter goes out, relight it. Observe the interaction between the lighter's flame and the smoke. Turn off the butane lighter, place metal mesh on the foil work surface, and blow out the candle. Okay, so if I understood this correctly, so the smoke catches on fire. Switch. So that's what happens to smoke catches on fire. Okay, so every time I would come up, pick the metal mesh up, put it over the fire, it would create a black smoke, and whatever I would light the smoke with the butane, the smoke would catch on fire. Okay, so now use the butane lighter to light the candle. Allow flame to rest for 30 seconds. Okay, use the test tube clamped down to hold the glass glass tip tube upside down. So upside down. Hold the inverted tube over the candle flame and lower it until the flame lowered it onto the flame until the opening of the test tube touches the candle wax. Place this test tube on the full work surface and blow out the candle. Okay, so we lower it down. So basically what happened, the candle went out due to the fact that all the oxygen was removed from the candle. Let's try that again. So the test tube comes down and the fire is turned off before it can even touch the candle. So place that on the aluminum foil. So that was all the steps for testing the tetrahedron theory of fire.